The dream started off with me and a bunch of other gifted kids living together in a large house, but we lived in constant fear of being attacked by skinwalkers if we didn't follow a set of rules at night. Stay away from windows, stay quiet. If you had to move, do so in single file. This was because of the way the skinwalkers' eyes worked. Every night, before we'd end up getting attacked, I would get this feeling of intense fear, like I knew it was coming, and I'd be right. Anyway, I knew I was dreaming but couldn't wake up, and so I was in this house where one night the skinwalkers got in and were hunting us. I was so scared. I kept going into different rooms to hide because I could hear them mauling the others. I had no idea what to do next. So I ended up in this room with these other kids and saw a small window. I thought, there's no way we'll be able to get out of here without them waiting on us. But I was wrong. By the grace of God, the perimeter of the yard was empty, and we moved along the bushes in the yard in a single file line, and gathered near the front of the house where we had to duck and move quietly to avoid detection. Somehow this transported us into the basement of this big underwater compound where two of the guys we were with got into a yelling match. I remember pleading with the more reasonable of the two to keep it down, as I was now aware of a subterranean monster who had supersonic hearing. Again, we had to go up several flights before we were safe, moving in single file. We began to discover when we worked together, our powers intensified. Again, the dream shifted, and we were in this large underground movie theater with popcorn, and we began to relax a bit because we didn't think they could hear us in this part, but oh, how wrong we were. We ran to another room and saw this red room that looked like an unfinished area with a large tunnel or spout. All of a sudden, that feeling of intense fear took hold of me. I thought, what's to stop one of them from coming through that tunnel? No sooner did that thought form when a particularly nasty skinwalker comes crashing through the entrance, taking a gash at my leg before I even had time to react. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, I yelled at the hideous creature, which slowed it down greatly, giving us a chance to escape it and ascend higher through the compound. Every time I would get attacked, it would hurt, but it would mark me with what appeared like a southwestern-style tattoo. These markings would bring more attacks, essentially targeting us, but it would also greatly increase mine and the group's abilities. At one point in our ascension of this compound, we had to work together and go off each other's gifts. I remember not having any idea what to do next, but every time a situation would arise, all of a sudden, it would come to us. We would come out of cover for a few seconds, and each time we attacked, we got stronger and took out several creatures from the enemy's kingdom. Every time we got attacked, we got stronger and learned from the last time. At one point, I somehow knew to shoot these particular types of monsters with a gun that fired bubbles instead of conventional bullets. What stood out probably the most was the emphasis on relying on the other's gifts to strengthen the whole group.